Welcome to the Prophecy Club. Our topic today is what could possibly be wrong with AI? Well, maybe it's the image of the beast, and that's our topic today, and I've got some shocking information for you. Okay, first of all, as you well know by now, President Trump has just launched a 500 billion AI. Now, I know they call that artificial intelligence. I personally believe it stands for alien intelligence, and I think we are making a deal with the devil, and I don't think Trump understands it. I'll get to that in a second. $500 billion for an AI initiative project called Stargate. Well, what could that mean? It goes on to say President Donald Trump announced today the launch of a project Stargate. Okay, wait a minute. Stargate? What's a Stargate? I got the answer. A monumental $500 billion investment in artificial alien intelligence and infrastructure. This initiative is a collaborative effort with industry titans. Now remember that word. I want to talk about titans just a second. OpenAI, SoftBank, and Group Corp and Oracle Corp, aiming to establish state-of-the-art data centers and related infrastructure projects across the nation. Why? To create over 100,000 American jobs. Well, I like that part. Initial $100 billion investment. I like that part. Bolster the economy. That sounds good. And position the United States at the forefront of an AI advancement. Well, we want to be leading the world, but do we want to be involved in the AI? More to come. Competitive with nations like Europe, Russia, and China. Well, we want to be competitive. We want to be the leader. I'm going to say, my comment, all the world is working to create the image of the beast, and I'll show you why I suspect that. I'm about to play a couple of video clips from a couple of Terminator movies. Now, you may be saying, why would you be playing clips from Terminator movies? I'm going to say because Lindsey Williams said he was part of the conspiracy. He said that they believe themselves to be gentlemen, and they think that they should let people know. They don't have to tell them the truth, but they should let the people know what they're doing to them. And they do that through news and through music and through movies. And in this case, I think somebody saw the future, or at least this is their plan for the future. Here are the two clips.
In a few months, he creates a revolutionary type of microprocessor.
Go on. Then what?
In 3 years, Cyberdyne will become the largest supplier of military computer systems. All stealth bombers are upgraded with Cyberdyne computers, becoming fully unmanned. Afterwards, they fly with a perfect operational record. The Skynet funding bill is passed. The system goes online on August 4th, 1997. Human decisions are removed from strategic defense. Skynet begins to learn at a geometric rate. It becomes self-aware at 2:14 a.m. Eastern Time, August 29th.
Who's doing this? Foreign power or some computer hacker in his garage?
We can't trace the virus. We can't pin it down.
It's like we've ever seen before. It keeps growing and changing, like it has a mind of its own.
Give me back control of my military.
Mr. Chairman, I need to make myself very clear. If we uplink now, Skynet will be in control of your military.
But you'll be in control of Skynet, right?
That is correct, sir.
Skynet fully operational, processing at 60 teraflops a second.
Skynet, the virus has infected Skynet.
Skynet is the virus. It's the reason everything's falling apart.
Skynet has become self-aware. In 1 hour, it will initiate a massive nuclear attack on its enemy.
What enemy?
Us. Humans.
What is Stargate? That was one of the first questions. Well, it is instant galactic travel using high technology, I think, built by Satan and his fallen angels. According to Wikipedia, the Stargate franchise is built around the in-universe device of the Stargate, a ring-shaped device built by an ancient, or Satan, race of beings that allows almost instantaneous travel across vast distances, wormholes that can be dialed between two Stargates on the network. And this was on the internet. I pulled again Wikipedia. In Greek mythology, the Titans. Okay, what's a Titan? I think it's a fallen angel. a Titan were pre-Olympian gods. What are the Olympian gods? Well, those are the Nephilim, or the offsprings of the fallen ones. Okay, there's three groups of people. There's Satan, and then his fallen ones, and then there are the Nephilim. And then, of course, we down here are the humans. In general, now let's skip down to the bottom. It says the Titans were the former gods. Okay, these are, in my opinion, the Nephilim, or the mixture between the fallen ones that came down made over the daughters of man, Genesis chapter 6. The former gods, the generation of gods preceding the Olympians, and they were overthrown. Okay, the fallen ones are overthrown a long time ago by God and his angels. And of course, there's another battle coming in the middle of the tribulation where Satan is totally kicked out, but that's a topic for another day. But what I want you to notice is what is between the eyes. I think that's a subtle hint where the mark of the beast is going to go. Let's go on. So this is recently released from the Center for AI Safety, a statement. Mitigating the risk of extinction. What? They're saying that AI could destroy the human race. Mitigating the risk of extinction from AI should be a global priority alongside other societal scale. What does that mean? In other words, they're saying that AI could kill humans, all of humans. Societal scale risks such as pandemics and nuclear war. When the atom was finally released, it was a big problem. And then, of course, when they found a way to break into the viruses and make their own viruses and cause their own pandemics, that's another problem. Now, what they're saying is the human race is about to open the same kind of Pandora's box, a big door that once it's opened, you can't put the genie back in the bottle. This article says experts issue a dire warning about AI and encourage limits to be imposed. Now, this is back in 23. Here's another one. AI risks leading humanity to extinction, experts warn. Here's another one. Artificial intelligence raises risk of extinction, experts say in a new warning, and they're quoting this guy here, okay? So, going back to Wikipedia, Sam Altman, which, by the way, is one of the three guys that is going to be part of this, CEO of ChatGPT, signed this agreement saying he was against AI. It was very dangerous, but now he's part of the group that's creating it. Worries about artificial intelligence systems outsmarting humans, are you listening? Outsmarting humans and running wild have intensified with the rise of a new generation of highly capable AI chatbots. Do you recall about a week to 10 days ago, I made a whole program talking about how they've discovered that these computers, these AI computers, will lie and cheat and deceive to win their game. The ChatGPT, it has sent countries around the world scrambling to come up with regulations for the developing technology, with the European Union blazing the trail. They're saying, hold on, this is a problem. And kind of like, well, I'll get to that point in a second. Let's keep going. I believe that Trump does not know Bible prophecy. No surprise. I also think that, like he made a mistake listening to Fauci on the pandemic, he is now making a mistake listening to these three guys by allowing them to bring AI into America. Well, what can go wrong with an AI system? And the answer is plenty. Before we get into that, let me tell you something. I just talked to the folks over at Joseph Kitchen, and they are making an amazing offer right now, free shipping. Let me just tell you, some of this stuff is heavy. Some of this stuff costs a lot, but they're offering right now free site-wide shipping. Everything at josephskitchen.com, you can get shipped to you free. He didn't give me a deadline, but don't wait. Joseph's Kitchen, there's an S on there, josephskitchen.com, free shipping, okay? Go and check it out. What you want to do is get a machine package. Everybody got to get a machine package. Here's what the machine package is. All the gizmos you need to make bread. In other words, you take your wheat berries they send you, put them into a grinder. 30 seconds later, you have flour. Put that along with 6 other ingredients into bottom right corner. That bread machine, push a button, 2 hours, 40 minutes later, you have a nice, hot, steaming loaf of wonderful, tasting, smelling whole wheat bread, but it's also good for you. You want a little sweeter? You put in a little bit more honey. All of the ingredients are all good ingredients, and you know what you're eating. You're in charge of it. And most of your long-term storage places, $9,000, $10,000 to feed one person for a year. Got that? $9,000 to $10,000, one person 1 year. Joseph's Kitchen using wheat, about $1,000 per person per year. We're not talking half the price. We're talking about tenth the price of what all of these other places are selling long-term emergency storage food. Well, this is good food. This is God's food. What was it that fed the world during the 7 years of famine? And the answer is wheat. All right, let's go on. Now, this was back in 23, but it's important. Technological singularity. Okay, what is technological singularity? Better get used to that word because it's about to bite all of us. Technological singularity by 2045. Futurists predict point where humans and machines become one. I'm going to say it ain't 2045. It might be 2040, 2025, 2026, somewhere in there. The article says AI is at the root of a concept in futurism called technological singularity. Today, the singularity refers to a hypothetical point in time at which the development of artificial general intelligence, that is, AI, with human-level abilities becomes so advanced that it will irreversibly change human civilization. What's that mean? It means the computers take over just like they did in Terminator. It goes on to say brain implants. That's only a first stage. Oh, they'll never come. I'm going to show you that, brain implants, it's not just around the corner. It's about to be here. And it's about to be real bad. I'll show you. To understand why this stuff isn't just fairy tales, we need only look as far as recent developments in brain-computer interfaces, BCIs. BCIs are a natural beginning to the singularity. Remember singularity? In other words, humans and computer meshes. That's what we're saying. Singularity in the eyes of many futurists because they meld mind and machine, or human and machine, in a way that no other technology so far can. Elon Musk's company. Oh, you remember that right-hand guy to Trump that was donating $45 million a month to his campaign? Why was he doing that? I don't trust Elon Musk. I think he's a bad guy. Can't prove it yet, but I think it'll prove to be a bad guy. Elon Musk's company, Neuralink, is seeking permission from the Food and Drug Administration, which now his buddy JFK is about to take over, and he's about to cooperate, work together with these guys, to begin human trials for its BCI technology. This would involve, now remember this, I'm going to show you an article in just a second here. This would involve implanting neural connectors into volunteers' brains so they can communicate instructions by thinking. You see, our brain is just too weak. We've got to hook up to an AI, a quantum computer that was given to us by benevolent aliens, or we call them demons. Let's go on. So here's the big dream. Now, it's been a while since I read this one, but this is a good one. Back in 2021, David Phillips. I had a dream that people were starting to get implants. Are you listening? In the beginning, it was going to be for students. Students were the key because they were for the young. In other words, they were young and stupid and went along with it. The doctors of this new technology said they were giving these implants to students, and in the beginning, they were giving these implants into the ear as a very quick thing. Pop. Probably just takes a second. Oh, it doesn't even hurt. Just like that. You got it. It's bad. Watch. The implants were like stickers, possibly as just a test, and the implants could track people wherever they were. It had voice-to-skull technology. I'll say that again. It had voice-to-skull technology, meaning that they could talk to anybody in their ear, and that means at night, even when they're sleeping, they can put subliminal things into their ears. It had voice-to-skull technology, meaning that it would literally test it by speaking to the person, and the person could hear what they were saying in their head. That's how they would test it. The whole school got it. The school had got this part of the enrollment for the next year. If they wanted to be in school, this would be their access to school. Their old card would not work anymore, and every year they had to have a new card. But this would be their new card for the year if they wanted to go to school. Well, it's going to get worse. The main actor in the dream was mad because he didn't want to take this. He didn't want this technology. This technology gave leadership the ability to know the person's location, and to hear their conversations, and to speak to them. You're talking about something that can control everybody on the earth. And it doesn't say it, but my suspicion is enforce them to take the mark of the beast. The only thing that it didn't have was the ability to see what you're doing. Not this year. In the next iteration, they would have video as well. Okay, so try to imagine this. It can talk to you. It can hear everything you're saying. And what if it can also hear cause what you're saying to be what it wants you to say, and also hear your thoughts? What if it's that advanced, or it gets that advanced? Well, they would have to tie it to something, to some kind of a big computer system out there. Like maybe the new $500 billion is spending on a computer in Abilene, Texas. The objective was to see and hear, to literally have a camera and microphone on every person. But in this iteration, it was just voice-to-skull location. Yeah, this year. How about next year, okay? The first generation had voice-to-skull location. The second generation would also have video, but they didn't reveal this for fear of rejection. The main actor in the dream has started to rebel. He didn't want this. He never agreed to this. Those who refused this became outsiders. They were outside the mainstream of operations. Most people were using this technology not only for entrance, here it is, but also to pay for purchases so that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name. Everybody was going along with this. People were getting in and getting this like cattle. They were not being told the whole capability of the implant. It was just, this is what we do. It's normal. This is standard, and they didn't even explain what they were doing. It was just in addition to the old card. So they had a card, and here's your card, here's your chip, testing, 1, 2, 3, there you go. Next. But I'm not sure if they got the card. Was there something else they got? The resistance was heard. They fought against it, and they said that they took it out. But did they really take it out? That's the question. It wasn't really known. Now the resistance fought against this, but everyone was getting this. Now, a lot of times it seemed that the new iterations also had video, and they don't recall if it was done by glasses or if there was an implant for that as well. The resistance fought against this as well. They wanted to know the location and audio of every person. Now, wait a minute. If they can talk to you, they can hear what you're saying. And then if they can listen to what you're saying, they can put implants, ideas into our brain. And this year it's audio, tracking your location, but maybe next year it's also video. Oh, it was all about data. What did Trump just say? Data centers, okay? It was all about data and information. They started with the young kids, with students, not the older generation, but it would grow from there to the older generation because people that were shopping were the older generations shopped, so it spread into medical and purchases. Oh, well, you want to see your doctor? You got to have this. That's how they got the older generation to accept it, by shopping. Other people could still go shopping without it. It wasn't a requirement. It was a soft start. Then I woke, and my main actor going shopping, grocery shopping, and the stores were packed, jam-packed with people, and he was going against the grain. Everyone was going in one direction in their shopping carts, and he was going in the opposite direction, trying to get what he wanted. He was going against the grain, but most people were going along with it. The next generation, it was assumed. It wasn't questioned. that this is what they were doing now. And that was the adaptation strategy of these people. The implants were assumed that you would have no problem, assumed you would take it. The people that didn't adopt this were very few. Only the people that read Revelation 13 know about the mark of the beast. That's the only ones that will resist it. But they really wanted video capability. That was their goal. The people against this technology were few. It happened as part of the standard process of things like enrollment. They were outside of the system, but they very quickly found themselves to be in the minority, in the 2 or 3% very quickly, because it was standard process. If you wanted to get into school, you had to do it for enrollment. Resistors quickly became outsiders. Absolute surveillance was the goal, not just tracking, hearing, speaking. Voice to skull was their goal. They wanted the ability to speak into people. That was their goal. Now, I'm going to go back through it. This is a summarized version so you can get it, because there's a lot of points to the dream that's really important. So he had a dream. They were getting stickers. It would speak to them, had voice-to-skull technology. The whole school got part of it as enrollment. The processes was the old ID didn't work. If you wanted to go to school, you had to take this. Simply test, 1, 2, 3. You're hearing that? Okay, you're good to go. No. Next. Capabilities were finding the location, hearing all conversations this year, but they're heading toward it's all video. Resistance, very small. The goal is location, words of people, all about data and information. Resistors became outsiders very quickly. No time. It is important to note all the people who were against the technology were few in number. Everybody went along with it. Absolute surveillance was the end-time goal. So where are they heading? They're heading to this. 2 people say this is the number of his name, one of them being me. The other one is the mark of the beast. So it'll look something like that. It might not look exactly like that, but it'll look something like that. And something like this. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next segment. You want to get this book. This is, of the 4 books I've written, this is the best-selling book. It's a quick read. You read through the whole thing about 3 hours. And this is designed to be simple, quick read. And it's designed where you can give this book to even people that are not even Christians. Maybe they don't have any kind of a religion. If you can just get them to read a few pages of this, and they probably will, then they'll probably read the whole book. If they read the whole book, not only will they not take the mark of the beast, but they will probably get saved and receive Jesus. 1 book's $20, but don't do that. Instead, you want to get 10 for $35 or 20 for $50. Plenty of extras so you can give them away. All right, now let's go on to another dream. This is the summarized version. Given to Jason Meeks, this is back in 2022, but it relates. I have a view from above the most beautiful yacht I've ever seen sitting on a wide river in France. The bottom and sides are mahogany. The top, glass. Everyone inside has a 360-degree view. I zoom into the yacht, and Emmanuel Macron is sitting and a young man some paintings on the yacht. 2 other high school boys were sitting at another table, and Macron was wooing them like a man woos a girl on a date. I heard her voice say, "This man has no interest in women." The dream cuts to a research facility hidden in the French Alps with no roads leading to it. Scientists were researching, here it is, how to mix humans with robots. Are you listening? How to mix humans with robots. Not like the Terminator movies with the robot inside and skin on the outside. This was much, much more advanced. I was shown the inside of their skull. It was truly part human and part machine. The brain was human, but other pieces were wire. Some parts steel, some part bone with the blood vessels, other parts human muscle overlapping the steel parts. All the parts were melded together in a fashion that made it almost impossible to tell where human ended and machine began. Are you listening? I heard the words, "He is trying to make the image of the beast." That's the point of the program today. What Trump and these other 3 guys are doing, they think is good, but it's not going to end well. It's not going to be good. I think it's the mark or the image of the beast. Now let's jump to 2021, Bette Stevens. I was asleep, but I was taken out of my body to this place underneath the earth. I saw computers, then I felt a hand on my shoulder, and the voice close behind me said, "Watch and take note. It is much to your advantage to know the truth. Take a closer look." I could zoom in and out, and I saw a black box with many knobs and controls, and the voice spoke again and said, "It will be a commanding device for the giants." He called them Nephilim, or the Titans. I saw cots and tables were wheels and bodies under the covers. They were wheeled across the room. Robots were escorted in and put on tables. They were making robots, high advanced technology robots. In the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let a thing be established. These are 2 people that don't know each other, but they're confirming each other's dreams. I saw men in white coats looking at the black box, turning knobs. I heard a shrill whistle. This would not be heard by regular human ears. I heard it because I was in the spirit, and I saw the vision like a TV screen, similar to a computer screen, and I saw giants appear on the screen. They looked human, yet their stance, their fierceness, and their evil power radiated just from looking at the screen. It was not regular human power. It was beyond human. It was beyond human reasonable expectations. I saw enough to know they're perfecting giants down there in Antarctica. This will be revealed. This is coming to Earth. The black machine moved quite slowly. Suddenly, the screen went blank, and the Lord said, "You have been given this vision to share precisely as you have heard and seen it. You are to give this precisely with no big explanations, just as you were shown." The Lord continued, "Please pay attention. Now I show you the 7 thunders." In that moment, I heard such crashing and bouts of thunder, bolts of lightning all around and through the whole place. Massive crashing of thunder and lightning. I heard these words from the thunder and lightning. It was a mixture of thunder and voices saying, "Release the giants upon the earth." I'm telling you, high technology from the demons is coming to the earth, and apparently it's coming as soon as they get this built. Remember, Revelation 13 says, "And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men." That's what the devil's trying to do, is to deceive. He deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the first beast. He had power to give life, that's the image of the beast, and to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast would both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. I think they're in the process of making the image of the beast. Ask Jesus into your heart now while you still can. When the suitcase nukes go off, if you want your car to start, if you want your computers and your refrigerators and things like that, anything with a computer chip to work, you want to have one of these from EMPShield.com. EMPShield.com. And they have videos up there. It takes about 10 minutes to put on. It's not complicated at all. And if you use the word prophecy, promo code prophecy, you get a $50 discount, and it helps your prophecy claim.